Hey, thanks for checking out this video. I am in the giving mood and I just want to share with you something. You don't have to watch, you don't have to listen, but by virtue of you already watching and listening, I am grateful, I am thankful because you give me the ability to share. And the sharing has purpose. So I just want to talk briefly about the importance of assimilating information and being hungry for knowledge, being hungry for information. Here's why. When you assimilate and integrate information, you connect new neural pathways in your brain. And what then happens is your ability to spot trends or patterns is achieved on a lightning speed level, okay? So your brain is the fastest processing computer in the planet, on the universe, ever. You have billions and billions and billions of neurons that connect and create neural pathways, and they lead you to expertise, they lead you to knowledge, they lead you to pattern recognition and trends. The more that you do, the more you can perform and achieve on an unconscious level. Unconscious meaning without your effort, okay? So, for example, when you assimilate any kind of knowledge on a specific topic, whether it be money, relationships, fashion, art, design, culture, religion, whatever it is, you can be an expert in your field. Everyone and anyone can be an expert in their field. People call me an expert in relationships, and I've done the work to become that. Written books, helped thousands of people with their relationships by speaking at events, coaching hundreds and hundreds of people personally. And Tony Robbins says I got a PhD in results because he doesn't have any actual academic PhDs. Same with me, okay? I do not have any academic PhDs. And I do not need them because I have a process where I can take people from single and stuck into a great relationship in a matter of months. I've done it again and again, and I can continue to do it. So this is not me bragging, this is just sharing an expertise that I have. You have an area of expertise. Everyone has an area of expertise. With Jessica, my fiance, it's with food, it's with nutrition, it's with health, it's with, she used to be a physical trainer, so she could in her sleep, personally train someone to lose X weight or build X muscle, whatever an amount is, just as an example. Okay, so you have something, maybe many areas, we've all got different areas where we've got expertise. How do you take that into something else? You continue to grow it, you teach it. Teaching it and sharing it gives it to you and the other person, just by nature of the laws of the universe. What you give, you must get back. It's a universal law. And it's something that I've been understanding a little more of these days, so maybe in a future video I'll do something specific on that. But the reason why everyone can be an expert is because there is an infinite amount of knowledge. And there are micro niches of knowledge. There are micro niches that you can specialize in. For example, you go to a doctor, it's a general practitioner, a GP, a general practitioner. They make about maybe $150,000 a year. But an example I use often is a guy I heard about who's a shoulder surgeon in the US. A very specific shoulder surgery he performs, he's a specialist. He makes $87,000 per surgery. He does 2 a day, and he only works 4 days a week. Look at how much money this guy makes. Now, why do I talk about money? Because money is an indicator of value in our society unconsciously. Money is something that is value. So you pay a shit ton for a house because a house is incredibly valuable. It's an investment vehicle, provides shelter for you and your family and your friends, memories created there, safe sleep, safety, security, all that stuff, okay? So money is an indicator of value. People pay for what they value. House is a prime example. Food is another example. The cost of things is decided collectively by the collective unconscious, okay? So you could be an expert in anything. You're already an expert in something. And any skill, the last point I want to leave you with is any skill is learnable. Any skill can be learned. It's something that I understood and accepted several years ago. I used to suck at sales. I used to hate sales. I used to think that sales was bad, that all salespeople are evil. That was a belief that I inherited, that I chose to inherit from my brother when I was, 8 years old or 10 years old or whatever it was. Not true, because there are good salespeople and there are bad salespeople, but I had to become better at sales in order to provide for myself and my family and build a business and a life where I help people doing what I love. If you cannot help someone understand the value of what you offer, you won't make a difference, you won't help them, and you won't make any money. And that's why I chose to become good at sales. Any skill is learnable. I went from sucking at sales to learning how to be good at sales. I used to suck at having relationships, and now I have great relationships, and I teach other people how to do that because of what I learned and what I've overcome. So any skill is learnable, and you have to be hungry for the knowledge. Once you assimilate the knowledge, to bring this full circle, once you assimilate the knowledge, it's yours, you own it, you do it, you achieve it at an unconscious level, it's easy, you could do it in your sleep. That's why it's important to be hungry for knowledge, because anything is learnable. And when you learn that knowledge, you produce results faster. You get what you want faster because the neurons on your brain connect quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. And that's how somebody who's a business owner moves from making $10,000 a year in their business, which is not a lot, to $50,000, which is decent, to $100,000, which is great, to millions and millions and millions, and so on and so forth. Same thing with investors. You fail your first few times in investing, you get better, you learn, you read, you talk to other people, you understand, you assimilate knowledge, you integrate it, it becomes yours. You create the life you want faster and faster and faster. If you're unsatisfied with anything in your life, just learn a skill. Just learn about it. Just be hungry for the knowledge and assimilate and integrate that knowledge, and then it becomes yours, and the results and the life you desire are yours.